Decades following the largest naval operation in the history of the world, the invasion of Normandy on June 6, 1944, the only service not recognized by any monument or memorial in Normandy was the United States Navy. The Naval Order of the United States discovered the oversight during a presentation made to a chapter of the order in 2003 by famed Normandy tour guide and historian Ray Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer's company, Historic Tours, conducts excursions to World War II battlefields in France and around Europe.
It began when we had a presentation by Ray Pfeiffer, and in the course of the presentation informed us that of the hundreds of monuments and plaques around Normandy, there was none to the Navy. And I decided to take that information to our National Congress the following year, which would have been fall of 2004, and propose to them the idea of taking up the challenge of building a monument to the Navy.
During past tours, Pfeiffer and his wife Christy had to call attention to the Navy's role on D-Day, since it tended to get minor, if any, recognition in the ongoing remembrances in Normandy. Pfeiffer mentioned in his presentation to the Naval Order that the necessity for doing so was magnified by the fact that the Navy is the only service with no monument at Normandy. There was no base in which to visually begin the story of the U.S. Navy's role on June 6, 1944.
It's very, very difficult to transport armies across bodies of water even as narrow as the English Channel. So I would hope that in addition to honoring the men who participated in the Navy, is to never forget that we need naval power to do things like this.
Hundreds of ships and thousands of men were involved in transporting Allied forces from England to Normandy in the largest armada ever assembled, in constructing and operating artificial harbors, and in supplying the forces once they were ashore. Yet, walking the beaches of Normandy and observing the many plaques and monuments there gave little clue that the U.S. Navy ever was there. 5 years of team effort by the Naval Order of the United States, the town of Sainte-Marie-du-Mont, France, and Ray and Christy Pfeiffer of Historic Tours and many others culminated in the dedication of the U.S. Normandy Monument located on Utah Beach in 2008.
This monument finally stands in lasting tribute to those members of the United States Navy who fought and died in the greatest amphibious operation in history. You have given honor to their service and to their memory by your presence here today.
From my standpoint, it was just an opportunity presented itself to correct what I thought was a very, very serious oversight.